live? How you doing? Reverend Mike McMorrow here, coming to you live from the sanctuary of the Center for Spiritual Living in Granada Hills, California. It's in the North San Fernando Valley, a place where we welcome all who practice their beliefs in faith and love. This is our Get Real and Heal meditation service, which is a little different online than it is in person, but we are open for those who are local and wish to come in and do a little community meditation. There's lots of room to spread out. And so the divine Miss M and I are here, along with Renzen on the soundboards, and we're delighted that you're joining us tonight. And so we're just going to do a little warm-up by stretching out. Just gentle twists. For those of us who've been sitting all day, and for those of you who are having to make those commutes, or maybe your job is driving around town, just activating that. So I heard a bit of good news just before we started. So our friends down at the Agape Center, the home church of many of your friends, led by Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, of all kinds of things he's involved in. 35 years. So pretty amazing. And boy, he's had about 10 reinventions, I think. So, yes, he is all about change. And that's a good thing. And so we are too, and meditation, of course, is part of that. And I guess even these little exercises are part of that too, because we just started doing this the first of the year. It's almost a year now we've been doing this. Wow. So let's just start. We're going to do some forward bends, and so you can either use a chair, or you can go all the way down. If you have a regular practice, yoga practice, you know how to keep yourself safe that way. I'm going to do it from a chair. And so I'm just going to scooch out to the end and anchor my feet, and we're just going to take a deep breath and lift our arms on the way up. And then exhale on the way down. Just a forward, gentle, gentle, gentle forward fold. And we're keeping that back flat, not arching it. And we're just stretching out the lower back. And if you're sitting all day, your back's going, whoa, 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 what's going on? Okay, so let's take a deep breath. Arms up, eyes up, exhale down. Excuse me. Arms up, breathing on the way up. Exhale down. And if you've ever done flow yoga, inhale up. Then this would be a sun salutation from a sitting position. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down, and let's hang out here for just a little while. Get a couple breaths in. Let the head hang. Tighten the tummy, inhale up. And hands on the waist. So let's take a deep breath, put our right hand on the hip, left hand out, thumb off to the side. We're going to Breathe on the way up. Just a nice little gentle side bend. Look through the armpit, the left armpit there. And just breathe. On the inhale, exhale down, left hand on the hip, right arm down. Inhale up. And look through the right armpit. Just feel that stretch. Feels good, right? Lift the waist a little bit. Exhale down. Hand on the right hip. Breathing up. And again, lifting that waist up off of the belt line. Or the ribs up off the waist, I suppose. Exhale down. Right arm down. So those of you at home on the chat, maybe you can let me know if you even do this stuff. Inhale up. I mean, we're enjoying the little stretch. And we both have desk jobs. Release. Or if you have a motion that you'd like to see us include. Okay. Inhale up. And looking through the left-hand side. Inhale down. Dropping the right hand. Breathing on the way up. And release. Okay. So now let's just warm up the neck a bit. So let's just gently look to the right. I meant to do this first. And then release. And look to the left. And release. Look to the right. So I'm looking at Lorraine Streby's paintings, and she has this whole New Orleans thing that she has here. Release. She's very fond of New Orleans. And I was listening to Dr. John before the service. Eyes forward. And I don't know that listening to Dr. John is a good way to start a meditation or not. Release. Yeah. My head was in the right place. And you're in the right place right now. Okay, so let's rotate. Just pick a side and just very gently move your neck in a circular fashion. And we're not heading anywhere, we're just loosening. If you take your time, you won't feel any dizziness or anything like that. Okay, eyes to center. Let's go back the other way. So I was saying that if Agape has its 35th anniversary, then Dr. Michael must have 40 years in. I know he was a young guy when he started, right? Release and go the other way. And the other direction. I remember seeing an interview of him around the other way. an interview of Dr. Michael before they asked him what he thought he was going to do if he hadn't found ministry. He was a bit of a mischief maker, it turns out. So it's a good thing for us and a good thing for the city that he found his way to spirituality and helped folks like you and me deepen, maybe not find our way to spirituality, but certainly deepen in our own authentic understanding of what that means. So let's make our way over to the meditation cushion. Oh, I forgot to light the candles. The rev is slacking. So I know candles are a great symbol for bringing in light. And so we don't have 35 candles to honor agape today. But we can certainly honor the way that they have brought a lot of light into the world, the community. Right, so Dr. Beckwith has certainly been instrumental in that in his message. But without the people, he'd just be a personality like Oprah. But the folks down at Agape and what they do together, they co-create a beautiful experience down there on Sundays and Wednesday nights. Do they still do the early bird gets the word?
No, it's called the Way of Meditation.
The Way of Meditation now.
Does a meditation service at 6:30.
Is that every day?
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday. So Dr. Michael is doing a meditation service at 6:30. That's online, I'm guessing. Huh? So look it up, agape.com, right?
Agape Live.
agapelive.com. So the good doctor's getting some free press here.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you guys and what you have brought to the table. Yeah. Well, and we had our Pipeline to Spirit with Reverend Victoria here for a while. Yeah. Yep. So, happy birthday, Agape. And congratulations, Dr. Michael. And Ricky, too. And all the people down there. You've done some good work. And, of course, the best is yet to come. Yeah. So let's take a deep, conscious breath together. Renzen, can you close the door there, please? Take a deep, conscious breath and exhale. And in that exhale, just allow ourselves to surrender to this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this evening. So we lit the candles tonight. The first candle we lit for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. The seventh candle we light for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light the 10th candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at our center, within our online community, and within our own hearts. And the healing candle we light and invite you to please put silently into the light anyone you wish to have experienced the healing flame of God's eternal love.
God.
Again, taking a breath. And in that release, we truly are releasing ourselves to this moment as we surrender. Surrender the breath, surrender this moment to the notion that there is within the presence of the living Spirit. And so we cultivate this idea and experience it now as truth. That we allow the light of the divine to warm our heart, to enlighten our mind, to lighten this moment. As we embrace this communion of consciousness, knowing we are one with the Spirit. So from this place of conscious oneness, then, I declare for anyone listening that we are open and receptive for this meditation to be exactly as it's supposed to be, that we release any sense of attachment, outlining what's supposed to transpire, even as we set an intention for this time we spend together. We do so in a free and easy way, where we just allow ourselves to be. So we release the day. We release the cares and concerns of the world and our concerns. Taking a deep breath. Just release it all as we claim this time as our own. We let it go. In gratitude. And join me in knowing this by saying, and so it is. Amen. So I would like to thank Reverend Nancy for holding down the fort. She always does a nice job with the meditation when she's doing her thing. And so we are blessed to have her as our assistant minister here. She's got a good long stretch in metaphysics herself. Did you know that she was a classmate of Louise Hay? Yes, in New York. Yeah. So, how about that? So, we've been working in this book, The Infinite Way. I don't know that we're going to get through it this year, but I'm going to start something new in January, just the same. These are the writings of Joel Goldsmith, and this is a chapter entitled Soul, and so these are his downloads on the soul, what it is, what it means to be soul conscious. And so I'm going to just skip to something that I thought was pertinent for tonight, that the exercise of the soul faculties result in breaking the illusions of sense. So, we've been speaking to the illusion of this incarnate world versus our spiritual sense throughout this book, and it's a common teaching of Goldsmith. He goes on to say, all human discords are products of material sense and are experienced through the 5 physical senses. That is, all mortal inharmonies are seen, heard, felt, tasted, or smelled. Existing only in this material state of consciousness, discords and disease have their being merely as false sense or illusion, though naturally seeming very real to the senses. So he's not denying that there's something going on this material world. He's just reminding us once again that there's another deeper reality behind it. There are many means of securing temporary relief from erroneous conditions of health, wealth, and other inharmonies of daily existence. Complete and final destruction of error comes only through the achievement and exercise of the faculties of the soul. The soul is that part of man which lies buried deepest within us and is therefore seldom realized. We use our mathematical faculties and our musical faculties because these lie nearest the surface of our being, and much more than these, even our ordinary business faculties and our sense of direction, or even our artistic sense. But artists and authors and skilled musicians go deeper within their being and bring forth the great harmonies of fine music, good literature, painting, sculpture, and architecture. He goes on to say, hidden even deeper than these, yet within the reach of our own consciousness, lies the soul and its faculties. These soul powers, when touched by us, come forth from within us and reach every avenue of our daily life, giving inspiration, beauty, peace, joy, and harmony to each moment of our existence, and clothing every event in our experience with love, understanding, and success. So I'm going to continue on because this is a good little passage here. Those too busy with the pains and the pleasures of sense will not, of course, reach the realm of soul. So we have to slow down and take the time, as we are doing here together, to explore these things. Throughout the ages, the invitation has been extended to mankind to drink of this fountain of living waters, and every generation has produced many men and women who have found eternal youth and peace within themselves. Every so often one arises who has drunk more deeply at the fountain of soul, and these seers have told of the kingdom within and of the life that may be lived through grace when this consciousness is achieved. On the other hand, many answer that they have great human duties which occupy all their time. Others require so much time for sense pleasures, pastimes, recreation. Still others are immersed in accomplishing and acquiring. So I'm going to stop there, or I would read the whole chapter and we won't get any meditation done. So you can see where this reading is heading, right? So, slow down, you move too fast. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to slow down. And I invite you to allow stillness to come and for you to have an experience exactly where you're supposed to be this evening. Let's start by taking a deep conscious breath and release. Taking another deep breath and release. Inhale one more time and release. So we start by following the breath in the nostril. Belly rises and falls easily and naturally. So now bring your attention to the exhale. attention gently back into the room, staying with the breath. I invite you to imagine with me a flame of the soul within the heart, a spark of the divine. And with each in-breath, we fan that flame. With each in-breath, this flame is growing in intensity, in brilliance, in radiance. Till there is a ball of light at the very center of our being. So with each in-breath and exhale, it expands, grows with an ebb and flow in the way that we would inflate a balloon. But this light continues to expand. And as we know that the Spirit is everywhere present, we know that we are breathing in the Spirit and it is coalescing with the Spirit within, that there's an exchange of energy. We release that which is no longer needed and integrate that which is. We breathe in the light of the divine and we exhale love. Breathing in light, exhale love. So that this ball of light now extends beyond the body, torso, side to side, front to back, top to bottom. We are now sitting in this field of light and love. Breathing in light, exhaling love. So that this light now extends beyond us. That the room in which we sit is a field of light and love that is extending and bound by no five sensory experience, that we know that we are connected energetically, not only with the living presence, the living Spirit of the divine, but with the hearts of each person joining us in this meditation right now, whether now or in the future. Because there is no time or space in the mind of the divine. So with this conscious union with the one and with each other, we call forth our intention for the evening, and even with a breath, just release that. As we know together that there is only one thing going on here, God and nothing else. That there is but one power, one presence, one source, one life, one living intelligence, the wellspring of love itself, that which we know to be God as we understand it to be. And so we are each now connected with this divine presence, having embraced and allowed this field of love, which is a field of infinite possibilities, to make itself known in this moment. We breathe into it and just release our intention, the cares, concerns of this life, that we release all of it to that aspect of the mind of the divine itself, expressing as the perfect love of its own being. That place that knows only to say yes. Yes, my beloved, yes, in you I am well pleased. So we take a moment to consider the many things that we are grateful for. A place to live, clean water to drink, a work life that is interesting and supports us in this earthly realm. Enough to eat, with friends, which to share life. Our sweethearts and family. Grateful for all of it. So from this place of gratitude, then we take a deep breath and just let it go with deep gratitude and confidence, knowing that it is done, knowing it is so. And so as we leave here tonight and arrive, prepare ourselves for rest, we lay down, our head hits the pillow, we drift off easily and effortlessly off to a sleep that is deep and restful, full of sweet dreams, that we awaken feeling refreshed and revitalized, full of vim and vigor and excitement for the day. An excitement for the day in which we know that this is the day the Lord has made, and we rejoice in it. And in this way, we see the Spirit expressing itself in, through, and as all of life. And that's a good thing. So taking a deep breath one more time. And release. And let go. And so it is. Amen. So thank you for joining us tonight. Again, happy birthday, Agape. And if you'd like to meditate with Dr. Michael, 6:30 on Zoom, I'm guessing? On Facebook, on Agape Live. At 6:30, you can meditate with the good doctor and probably several hundred friends, I'm guessing. Yeah, 6:30 Sunday morning, Agape Live. You can also, and then make sure you join us at 10:30 at CSLGH, and where Jason will be back. So a young man who's been doing music for us, who completed the LA Marathon. So good for him. Yes, and we can see how well he's walking on Sunday. So yeah, we have a stud among us. So we can, you can wish him good cheer on chat, and we can honor him here in the room. So we start at 9 o'clock live here at the center, and then at 10:30 we live stream. So you're welcome to join us if you're local. Until then, know that you are loved, peace and blessings, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye now.